My name is Nisha Bakshi, and I am a developer marketer here at Salesforce. And today I'm going to share with you how to get started on the Lightning platform. If you have any questions during the presentation, please feel free to tweet at me at Nishers, or you can come and talk to me after and I'll be able to answer your questions. We also have a lovely row of evangelists in the front row right here, if you guys can wave. So if you have any questions about my talk, you can talk to them as well. If this is your first or your 100th presentation here at Salesforce, you know that we always share this slide, our forward-looking statement. Please make sure to make all purchasing decisions based on products that are already generally available. You may or may not have seen this before, but you are all trailblazers. Everyone here in this audience, whether you're in marketing, you're in sales, you're a programmer, you've been programming for 20 years, everybody has an equal opportunity to build amazing apps on the platform, regardless of technical capability. And you can do that in our declarative environment through just a few clicks, or even through our programmatic tools with just code. And today I'll show you how to make an app from zero to amazing, all within the next 15-20 minutes or so. When we think about building an app, we think of it in three separate buckets of tools that you can use. Our first is our no-code builders. So these are things that already come with our Salesforce org, like Process Builder, which I'll show and go over today. Also our pro-code tools, like Salesforce DX or CLI, which integrates very easily with Visual Studio. And also our enterprise services, which helps you enhance and extend your apps, like Einstein Platform Services, which we'll also have a chance to look at today. And this is all done in a metadata-driven multi-tenant cloud architecture. What I love about this is that having no coding experience whatsoever, you can actually experience the entire developer journey, from being able to create apps and pages all the way to being able to manage your life cycle. And each of these different images that you see here is actually a module that you can go and take on trailhead.com and learn how to do. You can also build apps very quickly with our pro-code tools. We can easily integrate with our REST and SOAP APIs. You can build with tools that you're already using, like Git and Visual Studio, and you can deploy apps very easily on Heroku. All right, now for the fun part, the demo. Imagine, if you will, that there is a cat shelter where tens of hundreds of cats are coming in every single week so that they can look for a home. And you also, on the other hand, have people that are actually looking to adopt those cats. So as the cat shelter, I want to be able to build an app to match those cats with people that are interested in the cats. Along the way, we'll learn a few things. The first is how to build custom objects and learn about what objects are. Learn how to build pick lists. We're going to build an app, a Lightning app. We're also going to use Einstein image classification, Process Builder, and also Chatter. And if any of this sounds interesting to you at all, you can go to trailhead.com and actually go through this project yourself. And that's called Create a Cat Rescue App with Einstein Vision. All right, so without further ado, I'm going to jump into the demo. And I'm going to try to do this one-handed. This is the first time. All right. So what I've already done in my Salesforce org is actually created an object for cats. Now, an object just represents data on our platform, and we have two different types of objects. The first is standard objects that already comes custom with our Salesforce org, and the second one is a custom object which we'll actually be building. And so since I've already built one for cats, I want to be able to build one for interested people in those cats. Salesforce makes it easy by actually already having an object manager tab. And I'm going to click create, click on custom object, and I'm going to label this interested person for singular and interested people for plural. And click on launch new custom tab wizard, which will help us stay organized. Click save, and then I'm going to select a tab style. So this will show up in mobile. It also renders really nicely. And since we're talking about people, I'm actually going to select the tab style people. Then I'm going to click on next. And for the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to keep all of the defaults on here. And now, ta-da, we have a custom object that was already created. And you can see here the name of the custom object underneath API name. And you'll see here the underscore C actually denotes that it's a custom object, not one that was already given to us like what we were talking about, those standard objects, but one that we built for ourselves. Also, this API name helps us integrate more easily with code. So now I want to be able to create a pick list. And a pick list is basically just a drop-down menu. So I'm going to go to Field and Relationships, and I want to create a drop-down menu for cap reads, because I want to be able to associate cap reads with people and cats. So I'm going to select Pick List, multi-select, click on Next, and I'm going to label this cap read. Click Next. Keep these default guys on. And I want to add this to the interested person layout. So when I go to my interested person custom object, I'll be able to see all of the cat breeds in that drop-down menu. So I'm going to click on Save. So you can't see it here, but now in our org, we have a multitude of things, but we want to be able to put that all together in a beautiful Lightning app. We've got our 2 custom objects and our pick list. But how do we do that? So we can go into App Manager, and we want to create a pretty Lightning app. How many people in the audience here have created their own Lightning app, just out of curiosity? Okay, cool, so this isn't new for most of you. But we're gonna name this app called Cat Rescue. And I am gonna upload an image of a cute cat. Now I'm from the Bay Area, and the Golden State Warriors just won the NBA Finals, so I just found a cute picture of a cat. Oh, yay! We have a Bay Area fan in the back. No, oh, that's a boo. Okay. Do we have any Bay Area fans in the front? Just me? Okay. Well, I found a really cute picture of a kitty with a Golden State Warriors bow tie, but I can even change the color for my app branding. Does anyone have a color in their brain that they want to shout out? Like, green, fuchsia. Okay, what's in between green and fuchsia? How about this weird color? All right, so I'm going to click Done, click on Next. I'm going to skip these so that I can actually select the items that I want for my Lightning app. And those would be the cat object, the interested people object, and also Chatter. For those that aren't familiar with Chatter, it's like Facebook groups, but for Salesforce. And we think that it'd be a really great way to connect people through Chatter whenever a new cat arrives in the cat shelter. So I'm going to click on Next, and I'm just going to assign this to our system admin, and click Save and Finish. And now when we go to our app launcher, we have a beautiful cat rescue app. So I'm going to click on our app, and you can see here on the top that we have 3 tabs. We have our cats tab, we have our interested people tab, and then we also have our Chatter tab. Now I'm going to click in Steph, and Steph is a really cute cat that came into the shelter earlier this week. I know that this cat is actually a Bengal cat, so I'm surprised that it says British Shorthair. But as you can see on this page, there's just not a lot going on, and I really want to be able to enhance this. So how can I do that? Well, I'll edit the page and go to our Lightning App Builder. And if you look on the left sidebar, there are 3 different types of Lightning components. We have standard components, custom components, and managed components. Standard components are ones that come with every single Salesforce org. Custom components are ones that are built by developers, which we'll use today. And managed components are ones that we can actually use when we go to appexchange.com. We can go to AppExchange. But what I want to do is take our Einstein Vision Cat Uploader, which I've actually already trained to identify cats and their cat breeds. I'm going to click Save, and then I'm going to go back to this page. And if you take a look at this cat breed here, it still says British Shorthair. but since I did take a picture of Steph earlier, I'm gonna actually upload the real picture of Steph, and you should see that the cat breed actually changes to Bengal. Now, how did that happen? Well, let me quickly go into the developer console and we can see what that looks like. Click on our component. And if you're familiar with HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, this should look very familiar to you. But the real magic happens with our Apex class. And our Apex class is our server-side language that runs in the cloud. And also what it's doing is actually calling Einstein Platform Services and doing the matching of the cat and the cat breed. The other really exciting thing that happened once I uploaded this picture is that it made a post in Chatter. So before this demo, I actually built a Chatter page for people that are interested in Bengal cats. And so when I uploaded that picture, this note showed up that says a new Bengal cat has arrived. So anytime there's a new Bengal cat in the shelter, it'll automatically post it for you. So imagine if there's hundreds of apps, then all different Chatter groups will actually be able to see this, which is pretty exciting. And how did we do this? Well, let's go to Process Builder. How many of you have used Process Builder or a flowchart or Microsoft Visio before? Process Builder is awesome because it's like Microsoft Visio, but actually does stuff. So let me just open it up. And you can see here the process that I built. You can see my cat object, and if it's a Bengal, then what the immediate action that I'm asking it to perform is to inform the Bengal Chatter group. And I've actually asked it to say a new Bengal cat has arrived. And you can customize this message to whatever your needs are. And that's it. Now we have a beautiful cat rescue app that you can even go home and build yourself. Now going back to the slides. We learned a few things today. The first is what an object is, how to create a custom object, how to build a pick list, and how to bring that all together in a beautiful Lightning app. Then we also learned how to use Einstein Vision and also using Process Builder. So if you're interested at all in what we learned today, we always recommend this next Trailhead module called Platform Development Basics. It's actually the very first module on the Developer Beginner's Trail. So I'd recommend that all of you go and take this module. Thank you so much. Enjoy Connections, and if you have any questions, I'll be up here. Thanks again.